Alright guys, what's up? So today we're going to be streaming Dragon Age Inquisition on Nightmare difficulty with all the DLCs. Now, I know Dragon Age came out in 2014 and it is a bit of an older game now, but I haven't completed it, and I'm kind of hoping that doing a live stream on it will push me to complete it, a complete Let's Play. Not to mention, since the last time I played, they've actually added modifiers to the gameplay, so you can choose to increase enemy strength and give them moves that they normally wouldn't have, which is something that we're also going to be doing. I am going to be importing a world from the Dragon Age Key, which is the history of the game from the first two games, from Dragon Age Origins and Awakening to Dragon Age 2, plus all of its DLCs. So please, no spoilers in the chat. Honestly, I have played a considerable amount of this game. I just haven't completed it, and I've only started one of the DLCs, which was The Descent. I haven't started the Jars of Haklon, and I haven't done the Trespasser, obviously, because that's based after the game. Couple of things to note: I do own all of the DLCs, including the micro DLCs, which add weapons and armor and stuff into the game. Since we're on Nightmare difficulty, I am going to be using those because I think it evens the playing field considerably. We're going to be starting a full new game. I did play a little bit yesterday, just to do some test recordings and stuff like that, because I wasn't sure if I was going to record this or live stream it, and I think I might do a mixture of both. We'll see how that plays out. We're going to spend some time doing a character customization. I've got a rough idea of the build that I'm going to do, I think. I was hoping to play as an archer, and I got stuck between an archer and a sword and board, but I think I'm going to stick with archer. It's a play style that I actually really enjoy. In every other game that we play collectively as a group with P4YN, I generally tend to be the tank. JJ tends to be DPS, Mikey tends to be a DPS mage, Jade tends to be a DPS rogue, Sam, Wolfwitch, my wife, she tends to be like a healer. So we always have our roles. It's nice to play something different when I play single player. Should we complete Dragon Age Inquisition, or even sometime through Dragon Age Inquisition, we might also start a Let's Play on The Witcher 3. This was suggested to me by JJ because he wants to see me complete the game. Yet another game that I've put considerable hours into, never completed, never even reached the DLC stages. And it also has a Nightmare difficulty, or Death March difficulty, or whatever it's called, so we're going to do that eventually. I've just realised that I was made aware yesterday that the announcements channel on the Discord wasn't working, so I fixed that. So anybody who wants to join the Discord and come to part myself or another member of P4YN, or wants to get involved, feel free to join the Discord. The links are in the description down below. You can also find my Twitter there, the P4YN UK Twitter, and the obsolete and, to be quite honest with you, abused Facebook page, if you're so inclined. If people start joining those, I will start putting content out on those. Anyway, we've been on the stream now for 7 minutes. We've been live for 7 minutes, and I think it's about time that we actually went and started a new game. Now, I'm going to try and not talk through the cutscenes, because it's pretty important that we follow the story. I am a completionist, however, so I'm probably going to try and complete everything. I do generally quite enjoy clearing out an area, like a full map, before we move on to another area or progress story, but that can get kind of boring, especially from a viewer's perspective. So I'm going to complete as much as I can in a lot of time frames, and if there's anything else that you want to see, or you want to try and push me to go to another area, that's fine. Just let me know in the chat, and we'll look at moving on. And it really depends on our level and whether we can handle the new areas or not. But if that's the case, then that's what we'll do. There will be a considerable amount of gathering involved in this Let's Play, because you have to have the resources to craft your armor and your weapons and stuff like that. Now, this game boasts a lot of other races, male and female, which is quite new. Well, was new for Dragon Age in particular. This one in particular, anyway. The other ones generally tend to be the humans have the main storyline, and I know everybody says, but the other races have their own storylines. Yes, they do, but the human storyline is generally considered canon. So yeah, it is extremely hot in this bedroom right now, and I don't have a fan, so it's been kind of horrible. We are going to play as a human male. I generally tend to play as a human female or a elven female, but I figured I'm going to make a male, and we'll see how that goes. We have 5 classes: mage, sword and board, warrior two-handed, rogue, and rogue dual wield. But we're going to go with a rogue archer. So on him, we are going to set difficulty to nightmare, but we're going to do a custom, which allows us to play with trials, which can increase the difficulty exponentially. But we are going to be putting it on nightmare in the trial mode they see. So we're on nightmare. I don't want friendly fire on because a lot of the spells have a large AoE. I do want even ground on, which it'll scale the enemies to the Inquisitor's level. Or it'll scale most of the enemies to the Inquisitor's level, or a few levels higher. So this means that I won't run into an area and bump into a level 45 enemy when I'm like level 5. It breaks the game, and then it puts too much grind on the game for a Let's Play. I know, because I tried this yesterday. I didn't have this on, and I was literally stuck in one area for what seemed to be about 4 or 5 hours. It was horrid, to say the least. One moment. Sorry, people messaging me saying they're having trouble seeing the stream. We're going to put walk softly on. This gives the enemies new abilities. So abilities that they would normally have that were reduced in power will now be fully enabled to what the player can do. So enemies with a sword and board can now generate shield or guard, which is a physical type of guard over their health bar. Archers will be able to use all the moves that a regular archer can use, like the player archer, depending on the level. It generally makes things quite more interesting. You lose all photos if you rest or travel to a camp. I don't know what that does. From some Tecknet, travel light. Getting XP at half the normal rate. You thought bears were tough. Think again. Significantly increases the chance of receiving special shipment rewards in your stronghold. Warning: in rare cases, trials may cause enemies or followers to behave unpredictably. Keeping multiple save files is recommended. So the bears, the grizzly bears in Dragon Age Inquisition were ridiculously hard anyway. So let's put that on anyway. Should be quite interesting. And let's do these settings. So, human, rogue archer, custom, nightmare difficulty. Well done. Is that nightmare difficulty? Why has that gone back to normal? Let's put these on. Why is that horse popping up? Why? Oh, the horse represents custom difficulty. Alright, I see. I see. Sorry, I was used to the nightmare thing popping up. Yes, we want to import a world state. And there's the world state imported. Confirm. We can press options in the game to find out if the game actually is on nightmare. If it isn't, we'll flick it up. Hello, Crazy Mage. Good evening, dude. How's you? Just playing a bit of Dragon Age Inquisition. And I see a bit. This probably could go on for a little while. I get really super addicted to these games. So now we've got the god-awful character creation. Probably one of the worst things that he has done in recent RPG years. But still, it's not entirely bad. Just gotta pick a face that we want. Or a starting shape that we like, rather. Yeah, let's start with him. And we will keep his face shape. We'll knock his skin tone down because I don't know, in case you haven't noticed, I'm white. Oh, where'd I at? Yes, we'll go with that. His complexion. Oh. For some reason it goes old and then it gets younger and then it gets older again. Yeah, that looks fine. Eye colour. Not that this matters because we can set the eye colour. We can set the eye colour in the thing. Hairstyle. I don't understand why they mix the male and female hairs together. But we ain't gonna go bald. That's for sure. Varric's hairstyle. Quite a few characters actually use that now in the game. I don't want to be bald. There's no decent hairs in this game whatsoever. I mean, we could give him the shaggy look. Let's go with that for now. And oh, we could make him super old. That's supposed to be black. Yeah, let's just go with that. Beard. I'm more impartial to the 5 o'clock shadow without the lipstick. Doing fine, thank you. Dragon Age is amazing. Dragon Age is amazing, and I own it on multiple platforms. Like I own it on the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC. I'm that addicted. Samantha PS, hello. Alright, Jay. How's it going, mate? Oh, just because I'm partial to the 5 o'clock shadow doesn't mean I'm going to go with a 5 o'clock shadow. But then again, full-on beard just seems weird. Fuck it, 5 o'clock shadow. It's the most reasonably looking, decent one around, and it doesn't make him look like a complete girl. Right, let's test this voice.
How much is this going to cost me exactly? As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
I just hope I can help.
There we're gone. That's the one. That's the moneymaker right there. Right, ear size. Good lord. Ear position. Up a bit. Earlobe size. Let's get those shrunk down. Cheekbones. Cheek shape. Gives a look. Brow size. Oh, I like the one that eyebrows it down, makes them look angry. And his forehead. Here's a look. Yeah, that should be fine. Eyes. Right. About halfway through. Ah! I'm sorry. Are you? Yeah. Alright, everyone's in. Everyone's chatting and getting along fine. That's good. I don't know how I feel about those eyes. It just looks a bit weird, doesn't he? Yeah, fuck it. Right. Let's make his eyes slightly bigger. Let's bring them down a bit. Hold on. Aha. And bring them forward a bit. Eye rotation and spacing. Yeah. We want them just there. Eyebrow style. No, he does not want massively bushy brows. What is it with fucking EA and BioWare and not being able to do facial hair? Seriously. Honestly, eyelashes don't make that much of a difference anyway. Outer iris colour, right. Let's give him signature P4YN red eyes. Yep. Right, let's sort his kink out. Right. No size. It's yeah. Right. Nose position. Right. What does that do? Oh. Ooh. Right, nose bridge size. Yeah. A little bit wider to make him look a bit more manly. And what does up and down do? It's very, very slight. Bridge position. Nose tip size. Oh. Tip position. Nostril size. Bring that down. Broken nose. No. Mouth shape. When I can get rid of that fucking lipstick, it'll be great. Okay, let's stick with the default one. Let's make his mouth slightly less wide. His mouth position needs to go down just slightly. His lip thickness. Right, hold on. What's this doing? And then that. No, we don't want to. Just slightly. Jawline. jaw size. Right. Men should have square jaws. Yeah. Chin size. Slightly wider chin. Chin shape. Yep, double chin, Adam's apple. Not too bothered about that shit. Scars and tattoos. He has scars already. We could leave those on. We could. It's actually not that bad. No, we don't. I don't want to give any tattoos because I hate tattoos. Give it a look. Lip shine. Let's get rid of that shit. Lip color. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lip liner color. There we're gone. He's got less fucking lipstick looking stuff now. And his blush intensity is off. Off. Yep, he doesn't need makeup. He's a dude. Dudes can wear makeup, but he doesn't need it. He doesn't need makeup. Right, let's take one quick look at the hair again. I wasn't entirely feeling like that was... the best hair choice, to be honest with you. What should we go with? Could go with Krem's haircut. Does make him look slightly masculine. I think we could go with a slight skinhead. Does make him look slightly more masculine again. That hairstyle's alright. Let me know what you think, people, because this is obviously... And we could give him Varric's hairstyle. Makes his forehead look massive. But... fuck it, shall we go for Varric's hairstyle? It does make the character look a bit weird, but... hey, it's Dragon Age. I've seen weirder characters. Fuck it. Varric's hairstyle it is. Accept changes. Let's rename him to Ki. Alright. And Ki is born. Call him Lek. Bald head. Everything. The full works. Poor Lek. New subscriber, Crazy Midge, thanks for the subscribe, dude. I do appreciate that. Did the pop-up thing work when you subscribed, mate? He doesn't look too bad in the cutscenes, does he?
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Hottie, hottie, hottie.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him, Cassandra.
Oh, what should we go with? The tough guy, the aggressive type, the emotional type, or just well and truly confused?
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me. But then...
Go to the Ford camp, Liliana. I will take him to the rift.
Also, let me know if these cutscenes are too dark. I will jump into the options and I'll brighten it up a bit.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you. We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the Breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the Breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
Let's investigate.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the Breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is. And you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
Well, in that case, then.
I understand.
Oh, Cassandra
Then...
approves.
I'll do what I can.
Please, the hottie.
Whatever it takes.
Please, the hottie. Always.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
One thing you can always say about Dragon Age games,
your mark must be
they
tested
always
on
look
something
great
smaller
and they
than
always
the
have
breach.
good stories.
All things in this world are finite.
Oh man.
Open the gate. We are heading into the valley.
Let's get rid of these tips if we can. That should be the screenshot right there.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see.
I want to try and collect as much stuff as I can while running around. Like, what am I waiting for?
Stay behind me!
Yes, we know you like me. Put that in the introduction. I think rather than go for an archer that is like a DPS archer, we might go for a power archer.
Drop your weapon, now!
All right. Have it your way.
Wait.
I mean, I'm cheating a little bit because I do know what some of the responses
I cannot
are for,
protect you.
They do
And I
produce
cannot
positive
expect you to be
affinity
defenseless.
with the characters. So I'll be selecting those as much as I can.
I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
Alright.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
There was some
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward
items.
camp or fighting.
There is an item
We are
up
on our
there,
own for now.
which we'll go and get. Most people, the game volume or me.
There! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Me? Yeah, sure. Hold on. Something doesn't feel right with this anyway. It feels like it's on... it doesn't feel like it's on... easy. Hard even. Just knock that down a little bit. And pull that up. Right. I should now be louder than the game considerably. It's on nightmare difficulty. It doesn't feel like it though. I wonder if it's just because these are bog standard shades. How's that anyway for the volume? Oh, there we go. You'll notice that this one has a symbol underneath its, well, in the box for its level. under its health. Got like a decal pattern. That basically means it's been affected by the trial. It makes the demon harder. Thank you. Like I said before, once we do this Dragon Age playthrough, I'll start nearing the end of this Dragon Age playthrough, maybe even before that, we'll start a Witcher 3 Let's Play. And neither of those demons dropped anything worth having. Actually get up here, and you can get all the way back to the bridge, and there is some loot here that we want to get. Money in Inquisition is quite hard to come by, and things can be rather expensive. I do have some DLC item sets which we will be using, because once you get into the better chunk of the game, you do get those enemies with the unique level symbols are everywhere. I've closed rifts that have been easier than taking on some of these enemies. I don't know what our goal should be for this stream.
Up on the hill.
Oh.
It attacks from a distance.
Right, one down.
One down.
We're gonna have we'll have to go through the characters as we're building them. Because I really want to get them to a decent standard before we actually proceed too far into the game. Like I said before, I'm only going to go out my way for items that are like really beneficial. I'm not going to do all the usual gather everything everywhere sort of thing, because it takes up too much time. But if we need something, we need something. I will go looking for it. I do believe.
Ah! They're falling from the breach.
Oh, he nearly fucked my shit up. And both of them are high powered. The reason why I initially picked the archer on this was because it was the only class that you could attack while moving, which will become like pivotal later on. Take it. Oh, he's fucking shield back up. And of course she's on low health already. And she's popping potions like no tomorrow. Let's get rid of him. When we get the other characters, we'll have to go through their AI a bit, set them to attack. Certain enemies and stuff like that. It's the only downside to playing as an archer. You really don't want to be dictating the battle. You want Cassandra to focus on certain enemies, you want mages to focus on certain enemies. It becomes a bit of a fuck on, but... Did they drop anything? Oh, they did, they dropped some loot. That's awesome because it means we can get rare items from these later. Both of those are normal, so is he. Alright. See if we can get rid of that one. The game does post a tactical menu, and I mainly use it to throw grenades and pop potions and stuff. I just don't see the point really in using it to give commands, because they only do one attack and then they bugger off and start doing whatever they were doing beforehand. Iron. So, like I said before, all these resources and stuff we'll be using to craft our armors and stuff like that. By God, it is fucking warm in this room. I do believe I've missed a body already. Yeah.
You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
Well, that didn't fucking go to plan, did it?
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
I closed that thing. How?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Then I owe you my thanks.
Thank me if we manage to close the breach without killing you in the process. Cassandra, you should know. The magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
It feels like all the men in this were designed
Well,
to be ugly.
Bianca's excited.
But the female lead characters were designed to be so pretty. Did you drop anything?
This way,
in the loop?
down the bank.
She did.
The road ahead is blocked.
We must move quickly.
Rolling army longbow. Let's take a quick look at that and see if it's worth equipping. Here's a lock. Well, my bow does plus 11% flanking damage bonus, but the other one gives me plus 3 dexterity, which is the attack for a rogue. So we'll put that one on. One thing I didn't like about Dragon Age Inquisition, they took away the old money system.
Demons ahead.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
And I actually really enjoyed the old money system. Right. Oh, great. So here's where it explains the tactical cam. I can give orders to the others and have them deal attacks for me. Oh shit. He's difficult, so is he. Awesome stuff. This your character has a good chance of going, hell yes. Or a man, because BioWare is very awesome like that. And the Iron Bull is not to be trifled with. And yes, his first name is the Iron. Surname Bull. Right. Things are dead. We are going to search these buildings and up that hill up there. But first we might as well go and deal with all this over here. And then come back. Since it's one way only. Fruit, always useful. Oh, shite. I did not mean to do that. You guys gotta come in closer. Yep, run away. Honey, save me! There we go. Logan's watching his daddy before bed. Awesome stuff. Just as long as he realises whose PlayStation it is when he gets older. Shade. Get what wrong with the lowest health. and then just have everybody pile on the last one. It's a shame I don't actually have the abilities for more damage for high ground and flanking bonus from the other bow that I had. That's the trade-off. I can use that to increase my life, but it's actually better to increase that of Cassandra, since she should be on the front lines. I don't actually have to play as
this I take
character.
it you're from the Free Marches.
Oh?
Accent. I'm from Kirkwall, but you're from further east, maybe?
That's quite the ear you have.
I'm all kinds of impressive.
So the dwarf has loads of confidence. So elf fruit is the main healing herb in the game, and having it is really, really good, because in this there's not actually that many potions and stuff, but you can upgrade them all. And I know I've just run through fire. For whatever reason, they didn't put fire damage on that fire.
That didn't sound good.
Oh, this stuff's actually really, really useful as well. I didn't actually see that much of it in my last playthrough. Enemies just didn't seem to want to drop it. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Right. So I happen to know that if we run up here, there's actually a dead body and some coin. And when we run back down, there's a cart and more coin. Oh, it's there.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
I like Varric. Right, so we can tell her to pop a potion as well. Might as well. Right. We need to get rid of those. Believe it or not, they can actually cause some major fucking problems for you. Especially when you get like a group of 4 or 5 of them. They fire super fast and they can literally chew through your mage shield, which is that blue bar in the top left corner, over my health. So that's magic barrier, and what Cassandra has over her health, that's God.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
Level
We will
up.
see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
Yeah. These demons are definitely dropping more loot than my last playthrough. Not that I mind. Not that I mind.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly!
They keep coming! Help
shit.
us!
Right. So, closing the rifts. What we've got to do is we've got to defeat waves of enemies while the rift's health goes down in the top right. When you defeat enough enemies,
hurry. Use the mark.
It tells you that you can close the rift. You can disrupt the rifts. It's forcing me to level up. You can disrupt the rifts, which will cause the enemies to fall over, and then you can do some extra damage to them. Blah 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 blah. Yes, abilities. Yes, I know. Do more damage when firing from elevation. Well, that's just going to be handy as all kinds of fuck. Leaping shot, dive out of trouble, or we can set the Archer's Lance, which is our power ability, to fire through every enemy in its path. Or we can get it to deal an extra 900% of damage at 25 meters. So I think we're going to go for that.
Rift is gone. Open the gate.
Why is
Right
there
away,
no...
son.
We are clear for the moment.
dropped any loot?
Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Very useful. Ooh. Now, oh, that was for Cassandra. Sunder on hit does a lot more DPS, but her other weapon has plus 4% attack, which fuck it, we'll put that on.
Already caused enough trouble with a... Ah, here they come.
You made
We
it.
did.
Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
So none of you are actually in charge here?
You killed everyone who was in charge!
Oh yeah, blame me.
Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark.
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own...
Well, we delegate it to the prisoner. Let's charge with the soldiers. We may actually get to kill something.
I say we charge. I won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
So who is it this time, Ki? What do you mean? Oh, I got an idea what you mean. The romance. I honestly don't know. Right? I honestly don't know. Since you can't romance Scout Harden, because, you know, that's just one of those things. I honestly didn't know him yet. I've thought about it. I did actually think Iron Bull and all. You know, just to promote the fact that I'm not actually homophobic. We've got a shield there. Is that any better for Cassandra? Right. Here's a look. 6 armor rate and 3 willpower. But she'll lose the 3% magic defense. I don't know. I'll tell you what it is. We'll put it to a vote. I'll put a link in the description, and then people can vote on who they think I should be romancing. Right.
Be wary. Another Fade Rift.
Alright, Cassandra, come on.
Make it take you.
Shit. I need to get rid of them raids. And of course that one would be a tough one. Elevation, it's not much, but it's better than out. See if we can get its shield off. Who would you romance?
How many rifts are there?
We must seal it if we are to get past!
Quickly then!
Right. Let's disrupt these. Oh shit. No. Oh, they killed us. Right, let's get this closed. Jesus Christ. These enemies are fucking me over more than I thought they would. It's because I don't have the magical power of boobs.
As before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Lady Cassandra, you managed to close the rift. Well done.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoner's doing.
Is it? I hope they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
You're not the only one hoping that.
We'll see soon enough, won't we?
We could always
The way to the temple
romance
should be
Cullen,
clear.
Jay.
Liliana will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make her watch over you, for all our sakes.
And let's not forget Lady Montelier. She's quite the gossip.
sacred ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows.
Alright, inventory. Cassandra. We'll give you the Templar helmet. What weapons did I unlock? Yeah. Let's move all these to I don't understand that. How did Cassandra have an Inquisition shield and an Inquisition longsword at the start of the game?
She was.
There's nothing here to pick up. So you're thinking bromance with Iron Bull? I've got to admit, the horns scare me a little.
Breach is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
For anybody interested, if you want to join the Discord or follow me on any social medias, you can find the links down in the description below.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Going on?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Want them!
We have an intruder. Kill him now.
Kill him now.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
this thing. I just love its laugh.
We must strip its defenses, wear it down. The demon is vulnerable, now!
Oh, whoa! It's,
more coming through the rift!
disrupt this some more. Disrupting the rift will strip off its armor. Here it is. While we're here, let's have everybody heal up. And then let's pagger this. We've got to wait for its armor to come back up, and then that means we can then disrupt the rift again. Let's have Cassandra heal once more. We might actually run out of We might actually run out of healing stuff here before... No! Let's revive Solus. Oh shit! Oh shit! Let's disrupt this rift. And revive. Oh, come on. Revive Cassandra. And since she is our main attack force, let's have her heal up. I really want to beat this thing.
Now, seal the rift.
Oh, we're not allowed to kill it.
Do it.
I really wanted to kill it. I love fast loading screens. Pardon me.
I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Don't worry about it. I
beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
And someone took the time to strip me down and put new clothes on us. But let's loot whatever this was that she dropped. Nice. Let's read this. Vian hope someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1, clammy, shallow breathing, pulse over fast. Not responsive, pupils dilated. Mage says his scarring mark is throoming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Special shipments! Right, so the special shipments should give me some a weapon, which is massively better than the one that I'm using. It also has a fire rune on it, so we'll put that on. Look at that, beautiful. And some armors to choose from. Now there's the light armor, which we can wear, but that's not for me. And we got the other armor, the Storm Bear armor, which is quite cool. Let me spin that one round so you can see that one. And the medium armor of the dragon, which I actually really quite like. It doesn't offer as much armor as the others, but I might actually wear it regardless. Mainly because I think it looks fancy. Can I swap the other characters? No, I can't. And then there's the Chakra Tar armor, which is a Kunari armor. Also quite cool. So let's go step outside. And now everybody's tunes changed. Revere me.
That's him. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when he came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over him.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb him.
That's him. He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
Yes, I did.
I heard he was supposed to close it entirely.
Well, that's a technicality.
Still, it's more than anyone
Exactly.
else.
Ooh. Right, so I'm not going to read all these, but you do get experience for clicking on them at least once. So
Why did Lady Cassandra have him in chains? I thought Seekers knew.
So that's why I'm clicking on them. Oh. Just loot. Yeah.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Let's clear everything out of here. Because, well, we can progress the story, but to be honest with you, I would rather have everything at least out of this room before, I mean, because it's dark and I don't want to have to keep running around it.
Have you gone completely mad?
Right, like I said, I'm not reading those, but I do get 50 experience points every time I read one, which is extremely worth it. Also, the first chance that we get, we should click on the war table and try and spend some, if we have one, an Inquisition perk for arcane knowledge. And the only reason I'm suggesting that is because it enables you to get a character that is not playable, but is someone who helps the Inquisition out early on. And I did say that I would have some foreknowledge. The reason why my character can open up these cells and stuff is because he's a rogue. Just like only warriors can break down damaged walls and all that stuff. rogues can pick locks, and mages can take down magic barriers. But for those interested, EA have, EA and BioWare have announced now that they are working on Dragon Age 4. And I completed Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2 and Awakening. And I was just like, I haven't completed Dragon Age Inquisition yet. And I really do want to get it completed before Dragon Age 4 comes out. Which, granted, will be some time yet. You know, I'm not looking at it and thinking, oh god, it's got to be out in a couple of months. They are working on Anthem first, which is a brand new IP that BioWare's working on, but they do have the Dragon Age team working on Dragon Age, which is awesome. It makes me so happy.
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did?
You absolutely are.
No, he is not.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
Sorry, just moving the microphone around
You
to try and...
and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence?
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
Blessed be the Maker.
So you've changed your mind about me?
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order, with or without your approval.
Now stop off like a little bitch. Go on! Get out!
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
Alright. Well, let's just say we want to help.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this, before it's too late.
He seems pissed. How dare they change my clothes? And that's the opening to the game. An hour and a half in. Right. I know. Our clothes have changed, don't worry. I will change them back. But first we've got some stuff to do. We need to gather quite a bit of these elf fruit plants. And this is mainly because of the we need to craft. Well, technically I want to upgrade our potions so that they actually do more, heal more health. Also, you need them to actually create the potion itself. So that's a bit of a fuck on in and of itself.
Master Harry said that without more ore, he won't be able to get blades for the recruits.
Tell Master Harry that ore doesn't... No, my lord, I don't know where the other nobles are. I suggest you ask Ambassador Montillier. Oh, you're him. Thren, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
And this is why we were
If I have material
collecting
for a special
stuff.
order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under 10 Logain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
I understand Logain joined the Grey Wardens after the Blight ended.
Yes. A mercy, people called it. Serving the Order they say he betrayed. He could have led Ferelden to greatness. Instead, he lives in exile, fighting Darkspawn until the day he dies.
Right, so Telogian was a bad guy in Dragon Age Origins. The first Dragon Age game. We actually see him as the bad guy. He flees from battle. But this is just showing you that, depending on your opinion, how much stuff can change. We also have a chance now to speak to some of our party members and increase our affiliation with them. And we'll be doing that as well.
Sacred ask.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, You can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Alright. I'm not going to bother looking into every NPC's background. But here's where we can actually upgrade our potions and stuff. So, see, we have 21 elf fruit and we need 29 to increase that. We need 1 royal elf fruit for that. And another one for that. So, not too bad. We can get those. Here we actually get to equip potions. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this for all the characters in our party. I'll equip all those. I'm not going to fill them yet.
Let me know if you need anything.
There's Solus. I am, however, looking for things to boost
the chosen
my
of Andraste,
experience, notes and stuff.
Blessed heroes sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffon, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary.
I'm sure I'll open the window because it is
I've
getting
journeyed
ridiculously
deeper
hot
to
in
the
here.
Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
The best thing to do is to listen to their opinions
You fall asleep in the middle of
and
ancient
agree
ruins.
with them.
Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
The giant hole in the sky trumps any other concerns. We can worry about the rest later.
Yes. Who can say what this world will look like when we are done fighting for it? But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
Alright.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You
Fucking him, stab him in the face.
The artifact that created the breach is unlike any.
I thought we were going to romance Solus.
I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Right. So, the more we talk to our companions and learn about them, the more they either like or dislike us.
But I can share what I have learned.
Solus just showed an interest in the Fade
Tear in the veil between
grants
this
you
world and the
positive
Fade,
reactions,
allowing spirits to
so
enter the world
does treating spirits
Small
and
tears
demons
occur
as
naturally when
people.
magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach.
Dear, what would you do with
That
him,
means it
with
was
a
created
scalped
deliberately.
Solus's head? I mean, come on.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier.
He's
between
like a
this world and
giant,
the Fade.
smooth nutsack,
According
isn't
to
he?
my studies in ancient elven lore,
I
that
mean,
is a vast
what would you do with that?
oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
I don't know if I can imagine that.
Try. Imagine if spirits were not a rarity, but a part of our natural world. Like a fast-flowing river. Yes, it can drown careless children, but it can also carry a merchant's goods or grind a miller's flour. That is what the world could be if the veil were not present. For better or worse.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them? If not in peace, at least without such active confrontation.
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Goodbye,
We'll talk
Solus.
later.
Goodbye.
Right, so I'm just running around doing all the mundane, boring stuff. Try to complete a couple of quests.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adarnid, Harrit is the Inquisition. And for anything... Oh, there's also me knaves. Gee, steady.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
So anything not worth being involved in, I'm not going to bother. Or I'm just going to skip through it quite fast, because it just drains time.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over
Haha,
more than one
Varric, it's
day.
been 3 days.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that
So do you,
mountaintop.
any witty comments
A
about
lot of
Varric?
good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
You want to scalp Solus, mock Varric's height, and mount Iron Bull.
Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that.
That's what books are for.
And I had
This is not Far Cry 5.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. Funny story. I bought a salvaged ship and found her locked in a dragonbone reinforced chest in the hold. I broke 36 lockpicks and blunted 9 saws opening that trunk, but it was worth it.
You see, that's a lie. Because if you ask him as a female character, he tells you that he won it in a card bet. And depending on what voice you use, the answer is also different.
Who's she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that
Complicated.
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant.
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in moneylenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Thanks, Ferry.
No problem.
Alright. So I'm just gonna search these houses real quick because, you know, free stuff. And that was the note for the character's health. Right. That is a quest.
Can I help you with something?
What do you do here?
Both are important. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like...
We've already heard that.
Can I help you
No.
with something?
Fucking annoyance. Right. So that must be the hand in the quest. Gonna buy The Witcher Game of the Year. It's like £7.49 or something on the Sony store right now, which for The Witcher 3 is a fucking awesome price. Or maybe it was Dragon Age Inquisition that was £7.49. Anywho, it was one of them. I think The Witcher's like maybe 15 quid.
Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little... No matter. No
Nyphia is a reference to elves.
Thank you for all you've done.
Elves are very segregated. Humans don't like them very much and use them as slaves.
Word's already spreading. If anyone could close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours.
Not being funny, Jay, but
price, of course.
To be honest with you, you could probably pick up Witcher Game of the Year edition on Amazon, cheaper than what you can get on the Sony store.
Can I see?
Of course.
Alright, let's sell. Let's sell all of our valuables. Get some money going. And let's check this out. +9 cunning. That's our damage. Let's sell that. Oh, that's actually really nice. Ferelden Officer Longbow. It has no rune and it has an empty grip. I'm actually going to keep hold of that because that might actually end up being better than my current gear.
spoke with Commander Cullen. I apologise for what I said earlier.
Let's just quickly check these.
Do you have information confirming that the Major's
And now we've got to go speak to the blacksmith.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses.
Let's talk to Harriet.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are.
The Witcher is
How's the new
£35.
gear fit?
I still reckon you could probably get it on Amazon cheaper.
It's perfect.
Though sitting at 35 quid for the Witcher 3 game of the year is actually a really good
Armor and
price.
blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Can you help improve my arms and...
Yes. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and...
If I want something, what...
Start simple. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Alright, so...
Goodbye.
Right.
We click this, this should give us, yeah, some materials. And what we wanted to do was modify a weapon. So, yeah. Basically what you can do with modifying gear is you can remove stuff from them and swap them around and craft new things. See, I could add that cunning, right? And cunning increases critical chance and ranged defense. Really what I want for my character is dexterity, which is a bit of a shame, but not really all that bad, because that does increase my bow's usefulness. See, that one increases my maximum stamina by 15 and my dexterity plus 3. Plus the cunning would probably make that a better bow than this one. All it would be missing would be the fire rune. So we might actually just do that. Yeah. We're not going to use the bow of the dragon.
That'll do.
Inventory, weapons, Freldon officer longbow. Yeah, we're just going to use that. Alright, so can we modify his armor? Because it was gone on about stuff like art crafting, schematics to crafting off materials. Right. I don't quite like the coat, but the scout meal offers more. So this is what we've been collecting the resources for. Each material that we collect literally does something different to the armor rating. That would actually go up past 86 if I had a rare armor, and in the bottom left it tells you exactly what it does. All of these have a low armor rating in the primary slot. Ram leather will give me +1 dexterity. Nug skin will give me +1 cunning, and Druffalo hide will also give me +1 dexterity. It also changes the colour of the armour. So I'm going to put that on there, and then this time this should give us a stat. See there, +4 dexterity. And that is what we should be aiming for. And we've just created our first armor.
Looks fine.
Now let's modify the armor. We can't modify the dragon armor, which is a shame. But we can, or should be able to, modify this. And that'll give us +3 ranged defense. and if we had a sigil and legs, we could actually do that. Now, if I go into the inventory, oh, wrong character, and I equip that, that's what I had on before, which is a lot worse than what I've got now. But I can also compare it to my medium armor of the dragon, which all in all, my new armor is actually better than the starting armor that I got given. So yeah, I haven't played the DLC, so it's a good reason to go back. Yeah, it is a good reason to go back. I agree with you. Right, let's sell both of those then. Let's sell the medium armor of the dragon. Scout cloak that has nothing on it. And the 2 mercenary coats. And let's see if these guys have any schematics or anything. No, they don't have anything that we can buy that's worth actually having. Alright, so now my armor doesn't look as cool. Cassandra, you can wear heavy armor, so that's better than what she's got. Let's put her in the shock retard armor, and now let's see if this is better. So the shock retard armor has slightly more of an armor rating, and it is a unique armor, but it only has a sigil slot. So the defender meal comes with plus 16 health, and it has 2 slots and a sigil slot, which means it can be upgraded further than what Cassandra will currently have. So those are getting sold. Solus can only wear light armor, and I'm afraid that's the only armor that I have that will be good for Solus. And Varric can wear medium armor. Again, I could probably craft him something better, but the Stone Bear armor seems to be working for him right now, so we're going to put him in that. We will sell all of our useless stuff and get ourselves some money. Let's see if we can modify the armor that these guys have. No. What about crafting? Can we craft? Oh, right. So we could actually craft Cassandra some armor. It'll have a decent start. Let's look. But it'll only give her plus 4 strength, while the other one gives her plus whatever health. So that wasn't good for Cassandra. What about Solus? Can we could actually craft the armor that he's wearing, but we don't have enough materials to do that. So what about Varric? Oh, for fuck's sake, Kyle. Varric has medium armor. He currently wears that armor. I could actually craft him the scout meal, which is what I'm using. Right, we'll just leave him there for now.
Another time. And
we have a level up to dish out. So damage is only lightly injured. Or we can do the leaping shot. Now the leaping shot is quite beneficial. So let's do that. Alright. Now we've got to go and grab some resources. We need to upgrade our potions and all that jazz.
See reason, listen. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because...
Yes?
Oh, God. I don't want to get involved in their drama.
Walk in the Maker's grave.
I could have sworn I just seen another. There, it's there. So we're getting quite a few schematics, but seriously, welcome to the ballroom part of Dragon Age. This is just the crappy resource gathering part. It's not great, I'm afraid, but is entirely essential. Which, to be fair, most games have this issue. We can use the war table to send people out to gather resources for us, but that's later on. And to be completely honest with you, it's not great.
Might be something here.
So that ring pulsing around the minimap in the bottom left, that means that there's a special item that's hidden here. And my search bar will point me to the right direction. And there's Master Tygan's notes. Or Master Tegan, or whatever you want to call him. Remember, we need as much elf fruit as we possibly can. Iron is a lot less of a concern because it's very common. Not to mention, we're going to have access to the Black Emporium, which has been present, as far as I'm aware, all the way through the Dragon Age games. Where we'll get to meet the Antiquarian. Anyway, he's an old fossilized dude who has a lot of rare stuff. He even sells some of the rarest schematics in the game, but they are ridiculously priced. But we can buy most common resources from there, which is kind of cool, I suppose. Now I'm done grabbing iron.
Die!
Ah, and here's the logging stand. Which means we can fulfill our quest for Quartermaster Thren. And I'm grabbing this so we can get some more ram leather. And of course that is a... Oh, what is that? I could have sworn I just seen like a red gem thing. It's fine, don't worry about it. Now there's Druffalos here, which we probably could kill, but it takes quite a while to kill them. They are extremely heavily armoured for this part of the game. I mean, yeah, level 3, full armour. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. And all I can say, it's a good thing that they're not hostile unless you attack them first. But we do need these elf fruit. Just keep coming back to mock me. On. And of course we're gonna run. And it didn't even drop me any loot. Awesome stuff. So I'm going to run around the map. I am looking for elf fruit. I'm not trying to get out of bounds. Although there's the gate. And there is an item on there. But you can't get up from this side, you have to go around. I call that a gate, it's a bridge. This game is extremely pretty to look at. So have you bought a jet? And level up just from reading that note. And some items. Nice. So it was worth coming up here. Generally speaking, it is worth exploring as much of the map as you can. We've got a couple of requests there that we can do. We can fill the apothecary request now. We might even have enough elf fruit to upgrade our potions and restock our potions. And the simple fact that we hit level 4 before leaving and we still haven't explored behind this wall yet, despite our map says that we have. And did we look inside his house? No, no we didn't. At this point, I'm really only interested in our playable characters. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the characters do have a backstory. Does he have any schematics we can buy? Oh. He had Bianca grips. And the other Bianca modules. But we don't want the modules, we want the schematics so we can make our own. And give Varric the stats that he should have, rather than whatever the base game decides to give him.
Have some means to fight back.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
So you should be recruit. See any point to running all the way up there.
Who are we fighting anyway, sir? I've heard it was mages, demons. No one really knows.
And that's it at end. Of course it is. Let's go hand in some of these requests and deal with our level up while we're here. Pardon me. Faster while firing without sacrificing accuracy. If leaping shot hits, you can use the momentum of your leap to do a stronger draw. And it will not do its target. Or, after striking a target with leaping shot, you retreat safely into the shadows, disappearing into stealth. Sure. Should we go for one of those, or would knocking down the target seems to be a more beneficial. So we leap, and then our next shot will guaranteed knock down our opponent. We are going to try and get buffs, like advantages for the party as often as we possibly can. Right, can we get rid of this now? There we go. The requisition's done. We haven't really given much thought to who we're going to side with in the war.
And in one piece.
You said you thought Master Tejan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Farewell.
And there's that one done. So now we can increase our healing. And we don't have any Royal Elf fruit, which is a shame. Tonics. We don't have any tonics unlocked, and we don't have any grenades unlocked either. So what we can do is now we can go through our characters and we can make sure that they all have their potions fully restored and ready to go. Something I do need to check real quick. When we were checking for the schematics, I didn't actually check to see if this guy had a valuable schematic for creating a grenade. And I've just spoke to you and I didn't want to.
Or good as it could be.
No.
Stay safe.
No, you didn't have any of those. Alright. So our characters are as geared as they can be right now. Although I should probably go to the blacksmith real quick and just double check to make sure that there's nothing I can craft for any of the others. I know. It's a lot of running about, but that's what Dragon Age is. It's a lot of being prepared and then take on the fight and either succeeding or failing. Right, let's see. Can I modify weapons? This is what I need, because we need Varric. See, Bianca does not have anything ready. So now we can craft. Okay. Let's just go ahead and give him... Ooh. Let's go ahead and give him these. Oh, no, 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 no. Goodbye. Goodbye. Modify. Let's be Bianca. That gives her +4 attack, +4 strength, and that upgrades her cutting and stuff, which is awesome. What about Solus? We haven't come across any other staves for Solus, which is unusual.
Looks fine.
So can we craft a weapon for Solus? No. What about
another time?
New armor. I could craft armor for Varric. I could craft in the scout meal, but to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how much this is going to be better than his. Actually, it could turn out to be much better than his +4 dexterity. Right. Who else? Solus could use. And I don't have enough materials to craft Solus some armor.
Looks fine.
Inventory. Varric, armor. Yeah, that's better than that. Kunari trained only. Grenades belt. We'll give that to Varric. Sell everything else. Now we're ready to go and see the war table and stuff. I think.
Go in peace, Herald of them.
That was a lot of popping.
Does it trouble you?
It stops spreading and it doesn't hurt.
We take our victories where we can. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solus believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
What harm could there be in powering up something we barely understand?
Hold on to that sense of humor. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much.
It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
Can't you simply ignore them?
If only that were possible.
Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste, and that frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading...
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Right. So this is the war table. We'll have our Inquisition perks, but we don't have any yet. What we want
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady
is
SLOBS'
in secrets
Several
and
bards will
arcane
play
knowledge.
for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
Right. And here is where we can enter the hinterlands. And we have to select a card to play. The other two are not participating, so we'll use Liliana's card, which is secrets, which means that she'll use her spy network to keep Mother Giselle safe. So we'll cover this more later when we actually get more objects on the war table. Scout Harding. Do apologise if you can hear the banging in the background. That would be my son. Scout the hinterlands. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars are here The Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett, a retired horse master of Redcliffe who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. So, this allows us to travel now to the Hinterlands. And we get to select our party, which we can only select the ones that we have. So, let's do that.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's an honor to meet you, my lord. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Alright. So now we're in the Hinterlands. And here is a good time to save, because we don't know what's coming. And we also now get to update Cassandra and the rest of the party. What's that one do? You're hurting against stamina when you lose health. You can't be flanked by enemies, and you're less likely to be staggered when hit from the front. Use the shield protects you against range attacks from the front. Alright. Let's give her both of those. Varric. We need Varric to be able to deal some hurt. We're also going to give him that one so he can deal more damage to hardly wounded enemies. And Solus. Solus is going to be primarily we're going to focus on him building up shield defenses and stuff like that for now, and later on we'll upgrade his ice magic. Alright, I'll make this one. Alright. Right, so everybody's levels are now done, all their potions have been restored. We can now save the game. And that is done. Anyway, guys, We have been streaming for 2.5 hours now. We have just pushed into the hinterlands. We have done all the tutorial. We have done all the side quests in that area, and now we're going to be moving on to here. So I'm going to end the stream here, and our next stream will be our march to the Freelands. Anyway, thanks for liking, subscribing, and if you really want to get in contact with myself or anyone else from the P4YN network, feel free to jump in the Discord or follow us on Twitter. Everybody's more than happy to chat and give you some, just to hang out. Anyway, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. If you want to get notifications, push the little bell icon. I really do appreciate everything that you have done, and a massive shout out to Lazy Gem. In my last stream, he donated £10, and my OBS didn't put the pop-up for him on the screen, which was an error on my part, and I do apologise for that. But honestly, dude, massive shout out to you. Thank you, I do appreciate that. Anyway guys, I'll see you all in the next live stream.